I'm sorry, I'm muted. Mr. Henderson, good morning. My name is Tony Marabella. How are you today, sir?
I'm all right, and you?
I'm doing very well. Today's matter is set for a revocation hearing. Do you have your parole revocation questionnaire in front of you?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone else there with you? Could you pull your mask down? Or you feel too uncomfortable pulling your mask down?
All right.
Okay. So you have your questionnaire in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go over that with you in just a few moments. Then I'm going to read the allegations against you. Then I'm going to ask you to plead either guilty or guilty with a statement or not guilty with a statement to the various allegations. And then we'll have a full discussion as a result of your hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about our procedure?
No.
Okay. Let's go over that parole questionnaire. You indicated that you have not had any mental illness or treatment in the last 5 years. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You can read or write?
Yes, sir.
You wrote you do not understand the charges against you. You don't understand what the allegations are against you?
Yeah. I read the text I have against me.
Yes.
Yes, I understand that.
You do understand the charges?
No, John, what charge you speaking of, though?
The charges I'm speaking of are that you failed to submit your monthly reports, that you were involved in a criminal activity in February of 2021, and that you're currently in arrears in the amount of $3,965. Do you understand those charges? I'm not suggesting you're guilty of them. I'm asking if you understand it.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Okay. And you wish to speak on your own behalf?
I would want to plead guilty to it.
You want to plead guilty? I understand that. But you have a right to speak on your own behalf if you wish to. Do you want to speak on your own behalf to tell us what happened, basically?
Well, I basically got caught up in life, and I just get another chance. I tried to get it together.
All right. Do you understand what we're doing here today?
Yes, sir.
Based upon your answers, you're not entitled to a court-appointed attorney. You want to go ahead and proceed today?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to read you the allegations, and I'm going to ask you how you wish to plead. First allegation is that you failed to submit monthly reports while on parole. You were told to report to the West Baton Rouge office on 7/12 of 2021 and 8/25 of 2021, and you failed to report as instructed. How do you plead to that?
Yep.
Number 4 condition. In February of 2021, you were involved in criminal activity in the commission of an offense for failure to register as a sex offender in East Baton Rouge Parish. A warrant from East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office was signed by Judge William Jordan, the 19th Judicial District Court, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, on March 18th of 2021. According to the warrant, you, a convicted sex offender, violated Louisiana Revised Statutes 15:542.1.1, titled In-Person Periodic Renewal of Registration by Offenders, by failing to renew his sex offender registration in February 2021 as required by Louisiana law. You were arrested by the United States Marshals on September the 30th of 2021, and on 11/12 of 2021, the East Baton Rouge Parish District Attorney's Office elected to no bill you for the charge of failure to register as a sex offender. Do you understand that long paragraph? Basically what it says, you were required to register. You didn't register. A warrant was issued for your arrest. You got arrested. Then the district attorney, for whatever reason, chose not to prosecute you. Is all of that correct?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to that charge?
Yes.
All right. You are currently in arrears in the amount of $3,965 towards your supervision fees. How do you plead to that?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Wise, do you have any questions? He's pled guilty to basically all of the charges.
You know, I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble with my computer today, but I got everything set up. You know, Mr. Henderson, I was looking here. You pled guilty to the charges there that you were involved in. Is there any way you explain that to the board?
Well, I got behind because I was running the streets, and now I'm asking for another chance to get my life together. I got a job still waiting on me, so I can get back to it. So I can catch up with some of these payments basically here. Other than that, I have nothing to say.
Okay, thank you. I don't have anything else.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to say, Mr. Henderson, before we vote?
Give me a chance just so I can ask you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Wise?
At this time, I'm going to be voting to revoke. You pled guilty to charges 2-4, and I mean you're in the rearage of $3,980. Yeah, I don't think you've done anything towards that. Today, my vote is going to be to vote to revoke. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jackson?
Mr. Henderson, I looked at your statements and I was surprised to hear you say that you didn't comply with the registration because you were back to your old mindset of screw the police. Your words, not mine.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pleading guilty to these statements. That statement where you said I say screw the police, I didn't make that.
Okay, well.
I never.
Well, let me just say, you know, what you did to yourself. Okay. I find that you have violated conditions 2, 4, and 10, and I vote to revoke your parole. Good luck to you next time, Mr. Henderson.
Mr. Henderson, I likewise will vote. You pled guilty to all 3 of the charges. I find likewise that it requires a revocation. My vote would likewise to be revoke you. You have 3 votes to revoke your parole. Your parole has been hereby revoked. Good luck to you, sir.
So what you saying? I had to bag this time?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What I was stating, I'm pleading guilty to these statements because the parole officer say he got in contact with me, which he never did get in contact with. I told him I left the phone at home because I was having problems.
Mr. Henderson, the hearing is over. You had an opportunity to speak. You
stated-
told us what happened.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Can I get in?
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Man, so it was just a play of manipulation. When I was watching him, I said, you know, it's too bad that I can't kind of root for him. I thought that he was just owning up to it, not making excuses, and it was, I think, just a tactic. He said at the end, you know, you saw when he got denied, he got angry. He was frustrated, and I believe what he said was, "Oh, would I have had to have begged?" And I do believe he said, I got to my old ways, my old mindset of screw the police. Man, you know, we've seen a lot of different parole revocation hearings, and I believe he just took the approach of I'm pleading guilty, and when they denied, you kind of saw, you saw. Now it's what's interesting about this particular case, and thank you, Richard, for pointing this out, is that his initial offense for contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile, which was to perform sexually immoral acts on a child, happened in 1992. Now, he served just 4 years in prison. He was released in 96 from that because, you know, it's just a child. Who cares, right? And the Louisiana Attorney's General Office determined in 2016 that he had to register. The law, the legislation back then, whatever it was, didn't require him to register. So he never had to deal with that. And again, because it's just a child. So who cares? But they passed a law, good for them, trying to do some things right to protect our children in 2016. 4/8/2016, he then had to start registering, and he hasn't been doing it. He hasn't seemed to have been doing anything to stay out of prison. So they violated. He got locked up, and I have some conflicting evidence. I have one document here I'm looking at that says that he's wanted. So it could be that he had. Oh, okay. I think I have the old poster, which listed him as wanted. Now we just saw his revocation, and he's locked back up. That's what it is. I don't have his full time, but he is locked up, and there it is. We've seen many different strategies for parole revocation hearings, and that one definitely didn't work. So with that, I'll let you go.